What up, what up, what up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Mr. Haddock here, and what a great day to learn some science. Today's lesson is 4.7, the excretory system. Make sure that you have out your online notebook and you're ready to take some notes. So let's start off with some body systems that are not the excretory system, but do have the role of removing waste. The first one is the digestive system. We did just talk about this. The digestive system does remove solid waste from our body that is created from food. This occurs in the large intestine. The respiratory system actually removes water vapor and carbon dioxide from the blood. These two byproducts or waste products are created from the process of cellular respiration. Remember, cellular respiration is when glucose and oxygen then create energy, water, and carbon dioxide. This process of removing carbon dioxide and water vapor from your blood occurs in the lungs. The integumentary system, which is like your skin, removes waste through your sweat glands. This includes salt, water, and urea. Urea is a waste product that is created from the breaking down of proteins. So now we talked about three organ systems that remove waste. Now let's talk about the excretory system, because that is the role of the excretory system as well. The excretory system is also known as the urinary system. What ends up happening is cells produce waste as they perform life functions. This occurs from cellular respiration. The excretory system's role is to regulate the chemical composition of the body fluids by removing waste and maintaining proper amounts of water, salts, and nutrients within the body. The main organ is the kidneys, which remove liquid waste from the blood, including salts, urea, and water. You can see over there to the right, bottom right, you'll see a picture that kind of summarizes each of the organs of the excretory system. Now let's talk about the parts of the excretory system. The first part is the kidneys. Kidneys filter chemical waste from the blood. This is done by something called nephrons. Nephrons are these tiny little tubes that loop within the kidney. There's about 1 million of them in a kidney. Water and nutrients, the stuff that we need, are returned to the blood, and the waste that is collected is now called urine and is sent to the ureters. Now, think of it like a Brita filter that you would have on your sink. The water still comes through the filter, but the bad stuff is collected in the filter. So that's exactly what the kidneys are. They filter our blood. The blood goes through, but the waste, the bad things are collected and filtered out. The ureters are tubes that carry the urine from the kidneys to the bladder. So there's a storage facility called the bladder that holds them, but the transportation, how they get there, is the tubes called the ureters. That bladder is a muscular sac that stores urine until it is time for removal. When your bladder is full, you have the urge to urinate. The urethra is the small tube that sends urine out of the body. This occurs when the bladder contracts. This is when urine flows. Now, we did mention this a couple lessons back, the term homeostasis. Remember that homeostasis is the ability of the body to maintain a stable environment despite changes in our external conditions. So it doesn't matter our external conditions necessarily, our body will fight to maintain a stable internal environment for us to survive. Now, sometimes extreme external conditions can cause our body to still not be able to maintain homeostasis, but our body does a good job on the daily to regulate those internal conditions and keep us alive and functioning properly. Some examples that might happen within our body would be our kidneys. Our kidneys regulate the amount of water that is in our bodies and blood. So there's a perfect example of homeostasis from the excretory system that we just talked about. A second example would be body temperature. That is regulated by the brain, particularly the hypothalamus regulates body temperature, making sure that we're not too hot or not too cold. And then finally, blood sugar, which is regulated by hormones of the pancreas. You don't want too much blood sugar or blood in you don't want too much sugar in your blood, and you don't want too little sugar in your blood. So hormones within the pancreas are what regulate that blood sugar for you. That is it. That is all the notes. I hope you have a great rest of your day, but my work here is done.